Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 28th of November. Indian opposition parties hold a nationwide protest against demonetization move. Kabul police raid Shisha cafes in crackdown on debauchery. An air balloon festival enlivens the skies of India's northern Agra city. And now for all the details. Opposition parties in India held a nationwide protest against the demonetization move by the government. This comes as the common people have been left without cash for daily activities.
The Congress party led the protest against the federal government's sudden decision to demonetize the 500 and 1000 rupee notes. The party was joined by others like Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, Communist Party of India Marxist and Rashtriya Janata Dal. As a part of the protest, rallies were held across the country.
We do not agree that demonetization is the way to end corruption or black money, and it's actually unnecessarily putting the ordinary farmers, common people to suffering more than solving any problem.
The Narendra Modi-led government announced demonetization of larger bills from economic circulation with effect from November 9 in a crackdown on black money and terror financing. But the action has led to cash crunch in the country, with people, particularly the poor, struggling to pay for basic needs like food and fuel.
Escaped Khalistani terrorist Harminder Singh Mintu was arrested on Monday by police in Delhi within 24 hours of the sensational jailbreak in neighbouring Punjab province. A report.
"49-year-old Harminder Singh Mintu, chief of the Khalistan Liberation Force, was nabbed from a railway station in capital New Delhi in a joint operation conducted by Delhi Police and Punjab Police. Mintu had escaped from a high-security prison in northern Punjab province along with 5 other inmates in a sensational jailbreak. On Sunday morning, 10 armed men disguised as policemen attacked the Nabha prison and fled with the inmates. The mastermind of the attack, Pulvinder Singh Pinda, was arrested later in the day. Top jail officials have been suspended and a special investigation team has been formed to probe the jailbreak incident.
More news from India. An encounter broke out between Indian security forces and militants in Handwara town of India's Kashmir on Monday. Security forces launched a search operation early in the morning in Langate area following a tip-off about the presence of militants there. According to local media reports, 2 militants are holed up in a building in the area. Militants also opened fire on the forces as they closed in. The area has been cordoned off and the search operation is currently underway. No casualties have been reported so far. Moving on to news from Afghanistan, police in capital city Kabul have launched a crackdown on Shisha cafes in a campaign against debauchery and crimes. However, critics fear that this will distract the law enforcers from the security situation of the country.
Police and health officials in Kabul are destroying shop signs promoting shisha smoking in cafes and restaurants. The actions are aimed at ending debauchery and street crimes from Afghan society. Teams of police officers walk from one cafe to the next, confiscating smoking pipes. Police believe that shisha cafes have become breeding grounds of petty criminals.
د قیلونو د ټولولو په خاطر یا هغه قیلون خانه چې دلته بعضې په جامعه کې فجور فساد مروجوي دا به جدي د موږ کنټرول لاندې او د موږ پوشش کشفي پوشش اپراتیفي پوشش لاندې به وي.
Cafe owners, however, say that this will only distract the police from deteriorating security situation while little will change the pervasive smoking culture in the long term.
امنیت شورش جور کنن چقدر خوب میشه مثل یمی کار رو میگم در تمام کار خود که همینطور عمل کنن شور جور است دیگه کدوم مشکل نداره مردم ولی کار بار که مکمل گم است به خاطر از اینکه امنیت
Shisha cafes where customers inhale fruit-flavored tobacco using pipes that draw the smoke through water are popular public gathering spots for Afghan men. Led by the Health Ministry, authorities plan to go through each Kabul neighborhood this week to enforce for the first time a 2-year-old law banning indoor smoking in restaurants.
Meanwhile, the federal government of Islamabad continues to remain indifferent towards the demands of the locals of Gilgit-Baltistan. Recently, employees of the finance department in the region held a sit-in protest to get their demands fulfilled.
People of Gilgit-Baltistan have often been the subject of Pakistan's apathy. Recently, employees of the finance department in the illegally occupied region held a sit-in protest to revolt against Pakistan government's refusal to provide promotions. An atmosphere of helplessness prevailed as the spurned employees refused to resume work till their demands were met.
हमारा बुनियादी मसला ये है कि पूरे पाकिस्तान में पूरे कलरिकल सेटअप को अपग्रेड किया गया है, लेकिन गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में 6 महीने से हम कभी हड़ताल पे जा रहे हैं, कभी मुज़ाकरात पे जा रहे हैं। मुख्तलिफ हुलियों बानों से अभी तक अपग्रेडेशन का मसला हल नहीं किया जा रहा है।
The employees vow to intensify their protest if the federal government of Islamabad continue to remain indifferent. People of Gilgit-Baltistan have been the victim of Pakistan's oppressive policies and apathy towards development. With no access to education and a complete denial of equal opportunities under the law, life is a daily struggle for this oppressed lot.
Moving on to news from Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena has sought US President-elect Donald Trump's intervention to pressure the United Nations Human Rights Council to drop war crimes allegations against its country's troops.
Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena sent a special message to US President-elect Donald Trump, seeking his intervention at the United Nations Human Rights Council, where Sri Lanka faces censure for wartime atrocities. Sri Lanka has been asked by the Rights Council to ensure credible investigations into 26 years of ethnic war, which claimed at least 100,000 lives. Last month, President Sirisena had asked UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon for more time to investigate war crimes. Sri Lanka has said it will set up special courts to address issues of accountability, but the promised judicial mechanisms are yet to be established. Sri Lankan troops under former President Mahinda Rajapaksa have been accused of killing up to 40,000 minority Tamils during the final battle against separatist Tamil Tiger rebels in 2009.
Concerns have risen about air pollution in Indian cities. To raise awareness about the need to preserve the environment and curb pollution, cyclists, including school children, participated in a cycle rally in India's northern Etawah city recently.
Hundreds of cyclists, including school children, participated in a cycle rally in Etawah city of India's northern Uttar Pradesh province recently to raise awareness about air pollution. Cyclists from countries like Sweden, United States of America, Bangladesh and Germany, among others, also took part in the rally. Uttar Pradesh's Vocational Education and Skill Development Minister Abhishek Mishra flagged off the 2-day rally from Etawah's Lion Safari Park. The rally concluded in Agra city of the province.
A 3-day blind tennis training camp was organized in India's southern Chennai city to promote the sport among the visually impaired. The participants showed immense enthusiasm to learn the sport.
India's southern Chennai city hosted a lawn tennis match for visually impaired children. A total of 20 children participated in the match and displayed their newly acquired tennis skills. The event aimed to introduce the blind children to an athletic activity tailored specifically to their needs.
It's an opportunity for people who are blind, in this case children, for them to experience what playing tennis is.
Blind tennis, also known as sound ball tennis, is identical to standard tennis. It is played on either a badminton court or a standard tennis court using junior tennis rackets and a specifically adapted sponge ball that makes a rattling sound when it hits the court. A professional coach was flown in from Australia to train the children.
India's northern Agra city in Uttar Pradesh province is known for its rich historical background. The authorities, in a bid to promote tourism in the province through adventure and aviation-based activities, have organized Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Tourists from India and abroad thronged Agra city to witness the 6-day-long Hot Air Balloon Festival. The skyline of the city resembled a rainbow amid high-flying balloons. Expert balloonists from 15 countries, including those from United States, Netherlands, Malaysia and Switzerland, are participating in the event.
फेस्टिवल का उद्देश्य देश विदेश के पर्यटकों को आगरा आने के लिए आकर्षित करना है और आगरा में जो पर्यटक हैं यहाँ पर उन्हें एक नया आकर्षण उपलब्ध कराना है। आप जैसा कि इसमें देख रहे हैं, आसपास बहुत सारे रंग बिरंगे बलून आपको दिखाई दे रहे हैं, हॉट एयर बलून्स। इनमें बैठकर ऊंचाई से पूरे आगरा को देखने का एक बहुत सुंदर अवसर है सभी के पास।
I think this is nice idea for tourists, for people who are interested in India to just come to see that this is happening. So it's really nice.
The tourism department of the province this year has also started a lucky draw wherein 40 flying enthusiasts every day will get a chance to get free 1-hour aerial ride during the festival.
Well, that's the way towards in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Indian opposition parties hold nationwide protest against demonetization move. Kabul police raid Shisha cafes in crackdown on debauchery. An air balloon festival enlivens the skies of India's northern Agra city. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.